Hi guys, it's Miss Jordan, back again for another story time. Today we're going to be reading the book Gaston, and it was written by Kelly DiPucchio, and it was illustrated by Christian Robinson. And it is about this cutie pie little puppy sitting on this chair right here. Do you guys have puppies at home? Maybe you have a cat, or a fish, maybe you even have a lizard. There's all different kinds of pets, right? Right now our pets are doing what they do best. They're keeping us company. They're making us feel loved every day. Yeah, I'm a big dog person, can you tell? All right, guys, let's read this story. Let's find out what Gaston is up to. Here we go. Mrs. Poodle admired her new puppies, Foo-Foo, Foo-Foo, Ooh La La, and Gaston. Would you like to see them again? Here they are. Foo-Foo, Foo-Foo, Ooh La La, and Gaston. Perfectly precious, aren't they? Mrs. Poodle thought so too. The puppies grew as puppies do. 3 were no bigger than teacups, and the 4th, however, continued to grow and grow until he was the size of a teapot. Do you see how much bigger he is? My gosh. Mrs. Poodle took pride in teaching her puppies how to be proper pooches. They were taught to sip, never slobber. They were taught to yip and never yap. And they were taught to walk with grace, never race. Let's take a look at what they're doing. We've got a tip, a toe, a tippy toe, and whoo, there goes Gaston. The puppies were also taught how to look pretty in pink, nibble their kibble, and ride in style. Whatever the lesson, Gaston always worked the hardest, practiced the longest, and smiled the biggest. Mrs. Poodle was very pleased with all of her puppies, Foo-Foo, Foo-Foo, Ooh La La, and Gaston. Spring arrived, and the proud mother was eager to show off her darlings. She took them to the park for their very first stroll in public. There was much to see: daffodils, ducklings, and dogs. Oh dear, who do we have over here? We have Rocky and Ricky and Bruno, and who's that? Oh my gosh, that's Antoinette. Would you like to see them again? Let's take a closer look. We've got Rocky and Ricky and Bruno and Antoinette. This was more than a little awkward. The mothers sized up the pups sized up one another. It seems there's been a terrible mistake, Mrs. Bulldog said, breaking the silence. Oui, Mrs. Poodle agreed sadly. Whatever shall we do? Mrs. Bulldog could not come up with an answer. I guess we'll let them decide, she replied at last. Gaston and Antoinette were young, but even then they could see that there had been a mix-up. The 2 puppies began to circle around the group. Gaston walked with grace, Antoinette raced. Gaston yipped, Antoinette yapped. And when they finally came to a stop, the puppies had traded places. There, that looked right. It just didn't feel right. That evening, Antoinette tried to fit in with her new sisters, but she did not like anything proper or precious or pink. Phooey! On the other side of town, Gaston tried to fit in with his new brothers, but he did not like anything brutish or brawny or brown. Ick! Antoinette and Gaston weren't the only ones who were having a hard time adjusting. My gosh, look at their families. What do they look like they're doing? The next morning, Mrs. Poodle forgot all about being proper and raced back to the park. Mrs. Bulldog was already there waiting with her burly brood. "It seems we've made a terrible mistake," she nearly shouted. "Oui, oui," Miss Poodle agreed happily. This time, Gaston and Antoinette wasted no time trading places. There, that looked right, and it felt right too. From that day forward, the families met in the park every afternoon to play. Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette taught the poodle puppies a thing or two about being tough. Likewise, Fifi, Foo-Foo, Ooh La La, and Gaston taught the bulldog puppies a thing or two about being tender. And many years later, when Gaston and Antoinette fell in love and had puppies of their own, they taught them to be whatever they wanted to be. The end. Oh my gosh, that was a great story, wasn't it? It seems like Gaston and Antoinette had a hard time fitting in during parts of this story, huh? I think everybody feels that way sometimes, though. It's pretty normal. But you guys want to know something? Do you want to know my favorite place to be? My favorite place to fit in? It's the library. And I can't wait to be back at the library with all of you guys. Well, before I go, I want to leave you guys with a question. Where do you feel like the most you? Is it at home? Is it at the park? Is it with your family? Maybe it's with your friends. Maybe it's at the library. Alrighty, guys. Everybody, I hope you have a great day, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye!